Merry Christmas, baby. New box of canvases. Looking forward to a new year. And I have to keep this chick in line, making sure she gets her stuff right on time. So therefore, I'm giving her the evil eye. Welcome back to Painting a Pathway, Painting an Open Door.
So picking up where we left off, remember our white back? Now we're adding big blobs of Indian yellow, alizarin crimson, and some spots of titanium white.
Oh my god, this girl just said splots. Is splots even a word?
Yes, El Fuzzo, splots is now a word. I am demonstrating the way that I like to paint fire, and there is no wrong way to build a fire as far as in nature or in a grill, as long as it catches fire. And I find that this is the easiest way for me to create fire. Oh, and we're just now adding some cadmium yellow. And I feel like whatever technique works for you is the one you should actually do. Trying to emulate other artists don't really help. It doesn't really help you. In my approach, I approach flames as if I would approach clouds in the sky. Yes, I have a paintbrush, but honestly, fire is wild. If anything, 2020 has taught us, especially in California, you really can't control a flame. So why try to paint it in a controlled fashion? Yes, in some paintings that are really tight, that are really trying to give you a realistic feel, yes, your flames are going to be tight and translucent, and I can create translucent flames, but for this image that popped into my mind while I was dreaming, I don't feel the need to paint it so tight, especially with the technique that I will be continuing to use. As you see here, I'm using a fan brush just to kind of blend in all of those colors at once, so we get the overall feel of flames and fire. Same thing that I usually do with the clouds when I fluff them up. Right now we want to put color on the canvas, and sometimes a lot of people don't start painting or even start a paint because they're so afraid that they're going to make the wrong brush stroke. And our good old godfather of painting, Bob Ross, said, let's have fun with it. And that's what I'm doing. I'm having fun with it. In this painting, I want to stress the importance of never painting with a flat black. Matter of fact, you would want to mix your black with most of the colors that you're going to end up painting with anyway. For instance, this ivory black that I have is mixed with alizarin crimson and some phthalo blues. Now, the reason why I did not want a flat black, yes, there are occasions where you need them, but for this technique of fire that I am making, if I mix black, straight up black, and cadmium yellow, I'd end up with a bunch of green. However, since I mixed my ivory black with the alizarin crimson and phthalo blue, when it hits that yellow, when I blend it in, you won't notice it. It will not turn green. As you can see, I'm doing that with a fan brush right now. And we wanted to cut some more darkness back into the flames. And the only reason that is possible is because I didn't paint with a flat black. If I would have done that, I would have had to wait for it to dry. And again, I don't want to do that. Let's not make things more complicated than what it is.
In other words, she is lazy and she chose to keep it real simple because she might be a little touched.
For someone who cannot open their own can of cat food, you talk a lot of crap, El Fuzzo. Now for this next part, since we've already done the majority of our fire at this point, now we can start to define flames. As you can see, I'm taking a very small detailed brush and I am adding alizarin crimsons, cadmium yellows, but mostly I'm focusing on cadmium yellow and titanium white throughout this process. And I'm not going to dwell on this for too long because this process is very personal. So hit me up on Painting a Pathway on Facebook, Painting an Open Door on Instagram. Links are down below. I love hearing back from you guys. I love talking to you guys. When we come back next week, we will be focusing more on the rose and the eyes and the face of the situation. But during this process, I'm only showing you some of the S strokes that I'm going to be taking to create these single flames. As you can see, it's a real curvy motion, and it's a process. It's a very calming process for me when we get to this point of detail. And also, I will be singling out, after I finish all the highlighted spots and getting the tones that I want with this motion, I will be singling out flames, cutting back into it with a detailed brush with that black that we had. I love me a floofy brush. It just does things for me and my blending. I always keep a floofy brush. I don't care what size it is. It could be a fan brush, it could be a 1-inch brush, it could be this brush, it could be an old detail brush, as long as it's floofy. Now, as you see right here, these are our flames. Check us out, Painting a Pathway, Painting an Open Door. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, because we're coming back next week. And we're going to finish the flames. We're going to finish these eyes. Hit me up, man. I love y'all. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad.